My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite PrizePicks entry for UFC Vegas 85. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less than the numbers you see on the screen, and you can 10 times your money. They will even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $100, they will give you $100. If you give them $50, they'll give you $50. Come in here, get your very free money, build yourself an entry, and take home even more money. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. That promo code is WWP. I am going to build a UFC Vegas 85 entry. If you see across the top, all of these little logos, this is every single sport, including video games. So if all of a sudden you're a video game expert and you want to 10 times your money in PrizePicks on video games, you can do that. If not, all the regular sports are here as well. Let's go ahead and break this down. This is tricky. A couple of tricky lines here. You're going to see they loaded the slate on the significant strike lines. But let me walk you through a whole bunch of tricky situations. Thomas Petersen, he might be a wet blanket. He might land 5 significant strikes because it's just a bunch of takedowns and control time. Or he's super busy on top, super busy in the clinch. Marquel Mederos, UFC debut, phenomenal striker. Maybe he puts this dude out. Maybe it's a 15-minute striking clinic and he cruises past this number. Either way, a little risky. Julia Stoliarenko, she sucks, but she's tough and she'll slug it out. Or she gets it to the ground and submits in 2 minutes. So get what I'm saying? Complicated. There's a lot of complicated situations here. Themba Gorimbo, 24.5 significant strikes. I saw that. I said, whoa, the over is easy. And then I went through his fight history. This dude is so low volume, it's insane. These are tough lines. The one I do like on significant strikes is the more on Molly McCann. First of all, these people have already fought each other. Second of all, while Molly does have a couple of finishes, they're spinning back elbow finishes. I don't see that happening here. I do think this will be back and forth. This is a new weight class for Molly. She may slow down later. We know Diana Belbita is very tough. I think this will be a striking match. I do think Molly may work in a couple of takedowns. Either way, I think we're good to get over this strike line. She has gotten over it several times in the past. If we go to fight minutes, this is another one that's pretty tricky. The Stoliarenko fight, 12.5 fight minutes. I wish it was a much lower line, right? I wish the books and everybody else was like, oh, Julia's going to submit her in 5 seconds. But this is a tricky line because she may, or it could be a decision. If Julia's been finished, she finishes people. Luana's been finished, Luana goes the distance. Like, there's too much going on for me to land on something. The Krzyzhev, 10.5 fight minutes. I do like the more there. So we'll throw that in. I think it's a wet blanket wrestling type situation. I think he's laying on top for quite a while. So all that we need to do is basically the third round to start, and then we're good. And I think that will happen here. Renato Moicano, I'm not touching that fight with Drew Dober. Randy Brown should go to decision, but I'm not going to go ahead and throw an entry with 14.75 fight minutes. So we'll leave the rest of these alone. Fantasy score. What I like to do is come in here and see an underdog that I'm pretty sure is going to win, or a favorite that I'm pretty sure is going to lose, and I'll touch the fantasy points there. But again, none of these jump out at me as being worth it. Nasser Imavov, 100 fantasy points. He may just dance around landing jab after jab on the outside because he's afraid of the power, afraid to get it to the ground. There's too much going on here for me to touch, but takedowns is where I will throw the last 2 legs on here. First of all, Gilbert Urbina, over 1.5 takedowns. I do think he'll get 2 takedowns. I mean, that's what this guy does. He's going to come forward, strike, and I think he's going to take Charlie Radke to the ground. We just need 2 takedowns, and this hits. Both of them are tough. Both of them are busy. Both of them are aggressive. I think Gilbert will get 2 takedowns, and we will protect ourselves from that in a second. And then the other one I like is Molly McCann, but we already did her significant strikes, which was nice. And then Themba Gorimbo. I think Themba Gorimbo will get 2 takedowns in this fight. Pete Rodriguez is a very dangerous striker. I think Themba's going to go in, get his takedowns. He's gotten takedowns in all of his other fights, and he especially will be looking for them in this fight because of the danger that Pete Rodriguez poses. We can have, we do have 2 options here. I can just let this ride. My 4 entry will 10 times this money. Or we can flex play it. 4 correct, 5 times my money. 3 correct, 1.5 times my money. So I'm going to leave with new money no matter what. I already have this entry built, except I did add the Krzyzhev. So let's just throw 10 bucks at it to win 50. We will lock this in, and I will show you the entry that I already had built. The one I already had built is identical, except we added the Krzyzhev. I like the 10 fight minutes. I think we're going to get over that. So we got Molly, more than 77 strikes. Krzyzhev, more than 10 fight minutes. Urbina, more than 1.5 takedowns. Temba Greenbow, more than 1.5 takedowns. Guys, that is my entry. You don't have to copy my entry. You can build your own entry. But the most important thing here is do it with the free money. Get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, promo code WWP. Get that instant deposit match. Use the deposit match. Build an entry. Make some money. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, promo code WWP.